Alright, now, as we've already defined it, a point, a location represented by a dot, named with a letter of an alphabet. Point has no size or shape and would be labeled as having 0 dimensions. We also saw that the location of a point can easily be determined by the coordinate system in X and Y. So now what we want to do is look at those issues in Geogebra. Now I have Geogebra available to me in my Google Apps. Click it on it. I'm going to start it up, and we're going to give you your first tutorial in Geogebra. Okay? So here we are. We're going to click on geometry. Now, this is going to be very rudimentary. I know you're going to want to do a whole lot of things on this, and we will. But for right now, we're going to limit ourselves to just points. You'll be saying, I never knew you could do so much with just points. Okay? So, here is the blank slate in GeoGebra that we have. Here is the point tool. All these are various tools. Right now we're focusing on the point tool. There's a number of different options in there. All we're interested in is a point. You can see the pop-up window tells you a point. Click on the graphics view or on a line, okay, and we'll explain that. Now, anywhere I click, I'm going to put a point, okay? There's a point, there's a point. Now, okay, we didn't have a name for it, all right? Well, okay, this was our first point. Go back, click on it. Now we do a right click. We do a right click and we say show the label. It labels it as A. Okay? We do a right click over here on this point, show label, it labels it as B. Okay? And basically, as you create more points, okay, they're going to be named with consecutive letters of the alphabet. Again, we're going to come back here, we're going to show its label, we're going to show its label. Okay, so the points are going to be named with consecutive letters of the alphabet as we create them. Okay, now, okay, let's talk about them in terms of their location. Okay, now with our arrow tool, we can move the point for wherever we might want to relocate it. But you might still be asking, well, where is it located? So then what we do is we come up to this little icon here, the circle, and it's called the style bar, with the circle and the triangle. We click on it, okay? Now since that point is activated, okay, it's going to allow us to make some options on that in terms of color and size and the like, okay? But I don't want that active, and you can see when I took the activation tool off of that, it changed my style window. So here we're going to go to the top of the style window. Now, here is where, okay, I can turn on the axes. Okay? I can turn on the axes, and I can get the grid in the axes as well. Okay? Now you might say, well, where is that point located? Can I move it, let's say, to 3, 5? Okay? Can I move this point to -1, 2? Okay? Let's say we want to move them, all right? And let's say we want to clock exactly where it is. Well, we want to show where it is, okay? So we're going to go through that with you. So now that I've relocated these points, okay, I can right click on it again, and I can go down to the object properties, and I can say, okay, show me not, and see what happened is the window popped up over here. I want to show the value, the name and the value, and you can see when I do that and show the name and the value, it is going to put next to each of those points, okay, the coordinates that label those, okay, the coordinates that label those. All right, now, okay, so we're going to come over here, we're going to say click the name and the value. So now those points are nicely labeled. I can close this out. Now, okay? I can move those points, okay? And you say, well, I'd like to get it right on 11.4, okay? And you can do that, okay? There's some options over here. Again, this window that you might toggle that on and off, okay? You have a item here with the lock, padlock item. It says, okay, lock and unlock, all right? We want to see what how that is going to work, okay? So that point is so as you can see, that point was now locked, okay? When I labeled that point there, that point that was locked. I cannot go and move this, okay? I cannot go there and move this. There's a couple other options here, okay? This, all right, it looks like a magnet. There's some options here, okay? Now, what I like is the one that says fix the grid. When I go fix the grid, okay, these things will always lock on a grid cross axes, okay, and nicely show me points where they are, okay. A couple other options just to go over points with you, okay. Triple lines up here, the menu item, okay. We're going to click that, and we're going to go to the view. When in the view, we want to turn on the input bar. With the input bar, we have down here at the bottom, all right, an indication of what we could do as input. And we can put input points, and that's what we're going to do, okay? We start with the open parentheses, okay, which was the shift 9, okay? And it actually puts the closed parentheses in there. So if I want to put in exact locations, you know, 5, -2, it'll plot the point right exactly there. Okay, it'll plot the point right there at 5, -2. Now, of course, once I select that point, and I can go to the object properties and say, well, show its name and its value, and there it is. Okay, and then again, since I've elected, okay, that I can move that from place to place. You see, it can move from place to place, and it's going to lock in on those crosshairs, which is convenient. And then again, you may not want that at sometimes, okay? So, you know, so you can come back here and you can either, you can turn that off if you want, okay? Notice one thing that we did have, we generated an extra point down here. So I'm going to go to that point, okay, I'm going to click on that point there. I'm going to click on that point, and at that point, at that location, I'm going to say hide that. It should have an option there to hide that. See, I generated that, and there's an option there to show or hide. So, you know, hide, okay? So that's some of the things we can do with the points, and we're going to leave it at that and pick up with another video the next time.